And where this kind of all crystallizes is in the world of assignments. Um, and speaking of modules, a lot of us love us some modules, love some modules. But then we spend all this time and effort on the loving on the modules and getting them just so with the right headers and the right order. And that's good. And we'll talk more about module love here in a minute. But then assignments get neglected. So you get things that look something like this when students click on it, and it's just floating out there out of time and space. So it's a dead end. On the mobile app for the student app, which if you've never looked at any of your Canvas course sites on a small screen, there's the Canvas teacher app that you can download on your friendly neighborhood app store for Apple or Google. And I encourage you to do that and just go through your course, because if people can't see your materials and you've got, a really complex image, and I look at it on a small screen, and if that's my only portal to review it, and it's the only way you're presenting a crucial bit of review material, that could be a problem that you might not even know about until you look at your course on a small screen. But in the student version of the app, which I think also the teacher app has this as well, is that little to-do button with the little red circle there. What that allows students to do is have a side door into your course. So they don't have to go through the front door where you've put out the potted plants just so and turn them just right to hide the little crack on the back and dusted off the welcome mat and put the paint around the frame to welcome them in. No, they can just say, screw all that. What's due when? Here's the to-do, here's the assignments, things with a due date. Great, I'm going there. Bloop. And if they show up to something like that and the assignment doesn't have links to all the wonderful, beautiful resources you've stocked up the module with, mini lectures, web pages, what have you, and they just see this, they might not know those other things exist. And so making our assignment directions have as much as we can on them. Now, some people immediately go, oh, so I better type in everything in the world and copy and paste everything in the world in those assignment directions and make a giant all-consuming text blob with anything they could ever possibly want to know about week 5 homework. No. The problem with that, we're kind of working in a Goldilocks scenario here. I think this would be the too hot porridge, and we've gone from the stone cold, is that people reading on screens of any age, of any birth certificate qualification, people reading on screens with their human brains have read differently on a screen. So having too much and just big scary text blobs is not brain friendly at all. Lots of good data on this. Nielsen Norman Group have been studying this for decades, and some of the leading people on readability on screens. What you want to do is get kind of the Goldilocks for your assignment directions and not have them, everything in the universe typing out a thesis, but like clear headers, like what do I need to do? This is a screenshot of one of my later assignments where I finally actually got the word and actually started cleaning up my assignment directions. The one on the left, sadly, is one of my early assignments I set up in Canvas. So, but having clear headers that are in student-friendly language. What do I need to do for this assignment? How's this going to be graded? Relevant resources. Just quick student-friendly things that are a header with either a numbered or bulleted list underneath, with links to pages, links to resources, anything that's relevant. That's what they need. So assume they dropped out of time and space, and the only thing they knew about Chapter 9's homework was hitting this assignment page. Because folks, I'll tell you, if there's any one place students will read something in Canvas, is an assignment page. Our lovely, beautiful modules, maybe, maybe not. But by golly, something with a due date and points on it, they're in. They're there. So as much as we can stock up that content by dropping links to relevant pages with things like late assignment plagiarism policy, how-tos for a tech tool I'm requiring them to use to do the work for this specific assignment, review resources, yada, yada, yada. And again, these things kind of interconnect, because if I take the time to set up modules, pages, I can really quick, when I'm either creating them or editing, go to that insert menu, course link, boom, 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 populate those little bullet lists and make those assignment directions be cognitive friendly, support student time on task, and just be a one-stop shop. The other thing, yeah, there's our insert course link. And the other thing is just thinking about, your directions and how you phrase things. This is, all sorts of good things. An equity issue, a DEI issue, but even more fundamentally, nuts and bolts is, if students can't understand what the Farfignugan you're asking them to do, you already got a problem brewing. So, and I put my hand up as being accused of mic speak by my students very frequently. And it took a while for me to sink through my thick skull that was an issue. So using things that can help you. I know if I see one more Grammarly commercial while I'm watching YouTube, I'm going to throw my phone. But other apps are available, like the Hemingway app.com is another way to kind of help for your readability. And this just doesn't have to be assignment directions, but that's where it's most vital. Because again, that's where the rubber meets the road. And if they're going to look at anything in your Canvas course, it's going to be that. And woe unto you if you're just doing online and your assignment directions are pitched at a graduate school jargon level, like all your teachers talk to you, but somebody's coming in as a CCP student and their vocabulary might not be the most robust to start with, then yeah, already you've got a disconnect and you've got a big little bomb brewing there that could explode and blow up all the good learning.